we're both nutty. All three of us is nutty.
Yes, I know. I'm a particular type of criminal,
So
but
you're not the only one.
right
You're,
now,
you're
Yeah.
not the
I
only nutty. You're not the only nutty person. So we all
no.
we all got
Oh yeah,
things in common.
How dare you, sir? I am Jon Snow, master of the
Yeah. See, if
wall,
somebody
the
imitating
master
the
of Winterfell.
Joker and doing all this stuff, you know that they nutty. You
Yes, I
damn
know.
well.
Yes, I know. I'm
well,
crazy.
what I do.
You damn well know
Cause now I'm really cautious. Now I'm really
Yeah,
cautious now,
I
man.
remember I was watching a TV show. This TV show I used to love to watch. It was called Pretender, The Pretender, and there
I
was a
don't
part
remember that.
where the guy he was another pretender, but he was like a bad pretender. He said like, "There's a difference. You know what's the difference between a psychopath and a psychotic?
Mm.
The psychotic don't think he's crazy. The psychopath knows he's
So you're a
crazy.
psychopath? What? You're a
Mm.
psychopath, George?
Yes, I think I'm more like a rise of a psychopath. I know I'm crazy.
I hear you, brother.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Nah, I
But
just
you're not the only one, Rolando.
If I was a
well,
psychopath, I'd be running around saying, "Get your hand in my pocket," or something like saying like, I like peach cobblers, but I don't like peaches."
I like that. I forget what you got.
Even James Henry said he's a little nut. James
Oh,
Henry
James. Yeah.
over this fucking
See, the
computer
thing
acting
is,
stupid.
Oh,
if you
shout out
Yeah,
to
same
him.
here and guilty as charged. You know,
if
I
you don't,
notice a lot of FBB fans are really nutty. Like they just like I don't know, like
Well, you know what? The other thing is
they
too. I
just
never really.
I don't want to say nutty, but no, I was just saying I think that they just different.
that's it.
They
It's different.
different.
We have a different
I'm gonna
mindset.
use them say it like that.
Like most people, they don't think they have any issues, or sometimes, or they do, they try to hide them. We know we're
Mm,
not perfect.
mm,
We know we're liking something that's not the norm. Most men wouldn't like to see women with big muscular bodies in little small bikinis and get off on it. They like to see women like the lady I just interviewed, this evening. Like something like cute and slim like that, but we're just a different breed. It's just, you get to be. That's one thing that makes us special, our differences. And also, yes, if we are a little nutty, we are a little nutty. As long as we're not, doing something dangerous or hurting anybody. If it's
yeah.
just
Right.
that, I think again, people need to be more open-minded, understand now. Everybody has interests in their fetishes. Like right now, we're
So,
talking
so
about,
as beautiful as that sounds, like it's not people are always gonna judge you. You just have to deal with it. That's all.
yeah. The
Yeah.
thing is,
Well,
like,
especially in
yeah,
the comments. What I was saying when Amy died, they were like, "Oh wow, she was just as buff as him or looking like a man." I'm like, "What are you talking about? She's an attractive woman. She was an attractive woman. Just had a little muscle. I mean, I
that's
don't know.
the thing. It's just something that just shake their everyday normal. Like us, we would say, wow. Like I'm following for a long time. I said I was really disappointed. I was now posting stuff and say hey and telling people, and it's just people are just going to have their issues or prejudice or just don't like something, and there's nothing we can do about it. But for
Yeah.
us, we shouldn't have to care what everybody says. That's what they want to say. That's what they want to say.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got my love and hate with female bodybuilders at times, but
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Like
like
Cloud that.
you like the Prince song. I hate you, but I love you.
really, it's not them. It's me.
You.
I think it's like you kind of like I'm trying not to look at them in a pedestal way, like like you so
Right.
fascinated by them.
Right.
But I mean, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? And you
Yeah,
just don't want to get like too like caught up
Oh, you're too
into
obsessed.
like looking
Mhm.
at them like they're more than just a woman. That's
but
that's a lot of guys' problems.
in a way, in some ways, they are.
No, they
Ye-
not. They just women,
Yes,
bro.
they
They
are.
they no, they
Yes,
not. That's that
in
they
some
not.
ways, they are. Because you can't
No,
think
they
about it.
not.
Most
No, they not.
listen a second. Most women won't do what they're doing.
It
These
doesn't
are
matter. That even
yeah,
if they
it
weren't
is,
bodybuilders,
but
even
they
if they
are.
weren't bodybuilders, they still there's women that act like they this shit, and a lot of dudes like pedestalize them. A lot of dudes don't want to even talk to women. You know what I'm saying nowadays?
And
A lot of dudes, because they
again,
Yeah,
think
I'm one of
that
those.
dudes have more value than they think the
those
women
are
got
not.
more value than the men. So it's not
Mhm.
just bodybuilders. That's where you keep trying. I
But
get
hey,
what
I'm
you're
not.
saying, but at
But
the
like I said
same
again,
time, it's like you just trying to like making like they so special and they not special.
but
I'm
they
not
are different. They're
I'm not saying that they not that that they they not
No, you know.
look.
here's the
I'm
thing is,
not they not special. That's what I'm gonna
but
say.
they're doing something that most people wouldn't want to do.
Mm.
Now, I'm not saying I'm not putting it on a pedestal, but this is the thing about it. They're doing something that is the extreme that most people won't do. I'm not saying
Putting
that
their
you got to
bodies
put them on a
to the
pedestal, but this is something that makes them different, that stands them out. Now, the everyday woman wouldn't want to do what they do.
no,
To get up, to
I'm not
work out, to
arguing with
train
that.
and diet. But
I
that's the thing is,
understand that, but at the
you understand
same
that.
time, when when you dealing with them, I mean, like I'm looking at it like you can't like look at them like they that they special, because a lot of them they got some fucked up attitudes, and then I see
But
how
that's
they was doing, and I see how they was treating you. No disrespect, but when you was posting that what you call it, that muscle talk about the sex appeal and all that stuff. A lot of them was getting on you about it, criticizing you and stuff like that. But yeah, you still
oh,
kind of give them this
now
high
that,
pedestal.
but I did
This
push it back into. But they did. Here's the thing is, they
what?
felt like they were attacked. But here's the thing is, I told them if you got a problem with it, come on and let's talk about it. But the problem is, not all of them have that courage to do it. Some just want to be. They like to get the attention. Like you, right at some points, but at the same time, there are those that will they want a discussion because they feel like it was something that needs to be talked about. That sometimes
Hmm.
people don't want to talk about the little things on the back of their head that you know what maybe it's true because they feel like if you if you pay more attention to women who look more like Sherry Priami, Chelsea Dion, Lavinia Bartles, you just mentioned,
Mhm.
Andrea Shaw,
Oh,
the women who are very highly attractive. But if you feel like that's the problem, that's the focus of your sport, it is. It's the part of the business part. A lot of you ladies, as you all know, they do the meet websites. That's where they make money. But they keep forgetting the fact is how you make money is you're using your body. Now, like I said, this is yeah. If they felt like that way, that's on them. But if they feel like they have an issue, have the courage and step up and say
and
something. You can say it in the comment section.
do they come? Do they
No,
come?
'cause that's the thing.
Just maybe like a spoonful of them come. The
Spoonful,
ones
yeah,
that you just cool with them. A lot
yeah,
of them they don't.
yeah. That's what it is. I don't worry about them. I worry about the ones who do, respond. Who say, "Hey, George, let's talk about this," because they're the ones who really want to see the other side. They want to know what's out there. They want to be
mm,
more They want more information. They want to know, is this
mm,
really what y'all think? Yes, this is what we think.
Yeah,
And you know what?
and my thing,
mm.
all I'm saying is that, like, me personally, I'm not treating them like they special. To me, they just women that just work out, nothing more, nothing less. That's it.
Hey,
And that
Like I said,
people. I'm not, I'm not gonna focus on other people. I'm
yeah,
just saying, that's how I look at it.
yeah.
Do you want to look at it
Again,
like they
nah,
so magnificent? Go ahead, but
but
you know
here's
what
the
I'm
thing:
saying.
if they were so special, why even do content about them? Why even post videos about them? And maybe you may not like the stuff they've done or did, but they are special enough where you get your attention and put it on your platform.
right.
You don't have to do it. You can just say fuck it and just do something else, but you still do it.
Yeah,
You might say, you might say
right.
they're not as special as they
You
are,
right, but I
but
do
they
do
do.
it in a way.
Yeah, they do it.
I do fall back
So
though. I fall back. I'm not
yeah,
saying that I'm not attracted to them, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that they not attractive. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying I'm looking at them like any woman. Like, yo, I'm not gonna
But they're
put
not
so
just
much
any woman. Because
energy into
you
you,
wouldn't,
and
you,
Nah,
I'm
but
like,
right.
you wouldn't post them as much if they wasn't just any woman. There, yes, you could say yes. You pull back on a little bit, but still, they get your attention. You are attracted to them, and you see more than any woman. You wouldn't just post any girl. Just I know I've seen you post stuff like pictures of ladies running and jogging, but most of your stuff is on about these women in bodybuilding. We're doing a whole thing about Latin female bodybuilders. We shouldn't even do nothing about anything about anybody's ethic. Just talk about women in general.
Mm, right. Yeah.
It's an old saying. There's no win for losing.
Nah, I mean he's right. I've had to step back because more or less I've been trying to not like I would say hit on him, just be more friendly to him, show him that I'm a different guy than these wild ones that want to show them their area or something like that. I'm not like that. I wasn't raised that way. So
Yeah. And
yeah.
sometimes some of these ladies, they get burnt out with some of the guys out here who act like, they don't know how to, you like you never been raised right, you know.
Mm,
But again, sometimes there can be some women out there can be a bit on their shit. And they just need to realize it. And sometimes with those, I move on from them. I say, fuck you, move on, and just focus on the people who were like I have ladies who reach out to me and say, hey, I saw your interviews, so I wanna do the interview. Or, you know, I started following them. They say, hey, you started following me. There's always gonna be a good or bad to any situation. But
mm,
it's up to you. Don't let them those handful that give you the hard time or give you a problem,
it ain't
don't let them
just
make
a handful. It's a lot of. I mean, just say some of them. Some of them is okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Some of them
That's the
is
thing is
okay, but it's a
con-
lot of them that that
concentrate.
I may not even would want to waste my time or any
Yes,
my energy on it. That's
that's
it.
a good thing. Don't concentrate on those. They're not worth your time. Sometimes it's better. Like I said, this one thing I talk about how these actually bodybuilding shows only had a handful of female bodybuilders. I say it's not about the quantity, but the quality. If you have good people that support you and interested in you, what you're doing, good. The rest of them, they just want to be users. Then move on from
mm,
I mean,
mm.
tell you the truth. I mean, even when you do reach out, a lot of them don't really respond. If they respond,
them.
it's
Then
like
that's why.
they not
Oh yeah, it's
interested,
like
or just like
they'll just put like a little light.
they've been interviewed. They interview you. They interviewed a lot of people interviewed them, and so it don't make sense to kind of like reach out to ones that got the attention. So that's why sometimes I talk to people that probably starting out because that's even simple. And even that, some of them they don't respond, or some of them they do respond.
Yeah, and that's a
So
good thing. It's good for the ones who do actually want to respond. That
Mm,
I reached out to Heather because like so again, I saw they post. How on IG they seen they post somebody's link. Follow this person, and I said okay, let me check her out. And I seen that she's a mom, she's dedicated, and she's really into the sport. I said okay, even though I'm not a fan of her division, her story about how she got into it. I sent her an email. She sent me back the information. We talked back and forth on IG. That's good. The other ones I reach out to and don't respond, or sometimes, hey, you want to see an interview? Say, you know what? Never mind. You wasted my time and move on and go on to somebody else who we wants to do this. And that's good. It's just sometimes, like I think, you're going to have hits and misses.
yeah.
That's all it is. And the thing is, don't let those people discourage you from doing what you like doing. That's
I
their
mean, it
problem.
is what
Yeah.
it
I,
is. I mean, I'm not. It what it is. I'm not. I don't think I'm bothered by it as before. It's just, I just wanna
But you
move
are
on
talking
to
about it.
other things.
hey,
It
Clyde.
doesn't
Hey, I
matter.
want to have your skin.
Because
I
it's
want
a
to have more of
topic.
your skin, man.
Mhm.
It's I mean, it's try to be disciplined. That's it. Because a lot of
Yeah.
dudes they infatuated with them, and a lot of
Oh
times
yeah.
it's
Oh
like
yeah.
That's
it's when you're
that's the
gaining
dudes.
anything. you're not really me. I'm not gaining so much. Yeah, I make content, but it ain't like I'm gaining a lot. It ain't like a lot of people come because of the women, and after a while, it's like, fuck it. I'ma just interview people outside of this women bodybuilding stuff,
Yeah,
because
and I like when you
I'ma
do that.
just,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I talk to various of people, try to talk to various of people. I'm not really like focused on them. I think the difference between me and you is because you, you talk to a lot of them. I haven't like that. That's the difference. And really, I can't really relate to them like that because I'm not in their world and stuff. I just like it because that's some of them. They get my dick hard. That's it.
here's the thing.
That's it.
Here's the thing is, you
Oh
don't
wow.
have to
Oh
like
wow.
because they're bodybuilders. You can share things just that you might share in their personal lives. Like I know a lady who got interviewed. She had a heart attack. I had a heart
Hmm.
attack.
Hmm.
I know
Okay.
somebody who sometimes they went through the same thing.
But some of them, they don't really have much to talk about like that. Like they
But
just it's not always easy all the time. Like some of
the
them,
thing is,
they do share, and sometimes some of them, they just you gotta find something to talk about with them.
here's the thing is, anything
Right.
worth doing, it's never going to be easy. If you want easy, then I think you better find another thing to do. Nothing's ever going to be easy. I mean,
Well,
I think it will
I'm
be.
trying to find something else to do. I'm not really
It,
that's my whole point. I'm not
it,
focusing on them like that. That's it.
yeah, it's nice.
I
It's
heard
cool to
that.
focus on something else too. But also, this is the thing is, this is your bread and butter for right now. This is the thing that got you into this spot, and it's just about steadily improving and learning. And like when I started, I know a lot of this stuff what they talk about, but then conversations and just pay attention and just studying. It's funny. It's like anything. It's like when you get into some of the situations, especially if you want to be good at something, you have to really study, pay attention to the subject, and learn something about it. And also have good relations with the person. Now, if other people have issue about it, that's that other person. If certain women have a certain attitude where what, fuck off. Let me move on. Let me focus on this one who really want to talk about themselves. And
Yeah.
then also, it doesn't take much. Especially, like I said again, there's still women. Women would like to talk to somebody who wants to listen. You got to be willing to be open minded to listen. If it gets to the point where it's not for you, then fine. But if there's people out there who really want to share their stories with you, who their platform interests you, then you should do it. Other than that, other stuff is just as it is. It's just the stuff that comes with it.
Yeah. You guys are right, both. I mean, but especially Clyde, I that's why I like fall back. I don't even try to,
Yeah. It sounds like what I said. I don't always do interviews. Like I do interviews outside of bodybuilding, MMA fighters. Sometimes it's hard to get with them too because they're usually
Mm,
busy in training. I love to interview some more wrestlers. I had a few wrestlers on my channel, but most of them are training. Sometimes it's just about that person, what time they can give to you, they can spare. If they can't spare it, then I'm not gonna worry about it. If they want to come on, like right now, I just got while I was on here, I just got a text from a lady. She sent me something because we're still cool. Something a little funny. Or somebody will let me know, hey, I'm doing a show. You think you may come in and say, nah, I can't make it, but maybe next time. It's just finding the right people who are willing and wanting. Anybody else is not, then don't worry about them. If you reach,
exactly.
if you give somebody a hand, hey, I want to tell your story. Come on here. You want to share it. Let people know more about you. And if they're open to it, good. If the others don't, I don't worry about them. Some ladies I still am. I've done interviews 2 or 3 years ago. Still in good contact with. We still talk. I got that phone number. Well,
Hey, Clyde.
sometimes.
Hey, Clyde. Hey, George. Hey,
Yeah.
I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go.
All
Yeah,
right,
my boss
All
calling me.
right,
All right.
man. I
all
appreciate
right,
you
all right.
coming in, man.
Yeah, we
No, no, no
could.
problem at all. No, no, thank you, man, for having me. As always.
Uh,
Yeah, I got to get back.
yeah,
All
you
right,
gotta get to work.
all right,
Next
be
time come
good,
on, you
man.
don't have to work. Have your day off.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
Maybe I
yeah.
do
We'll
this.
talk soon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hopefully, we can do
All
this
right.
again. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
All
Later.
right.
Later.
yeah. Because you gave me idea for something. You were talking about the magazine dream thing. I'm not gonna go with that because I don't think it's. I am looking
I
at
knew
something.
you wasn't going. I knew you wasn't going to look at it.
Yeah, yeah.
That this
I might look
Latin
at it just
team.
to look at it, but it's
You
something
ain't
else.
gonna look at it.
I might look at to look at it, but it's something else
Yeah.
that got my interest. And when I do these, when I do my stuff, I have something that interests me. Not so much
Yeah, I
that.
mean it's up to you. It was just a
Yeah,
suggestion that we
yeah,
both do. Because if
yeah,
you do it and then you don't see it, you just gonna be talking about other stuff. You're not
yeah.
gonna be into what I'm saying. So it don't make no sense doing it and you ain't you know, I just come for the long.
Yeah. But like I said, I've done things where it interests you too, and
Say that again?
haven't I done some stuff that interests you, and you came on?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But like I said again, it had to be something that I really had to be into, and if you like it and
Okay.
you think you're interested, you can come on. But this is something I'm working on. I think I might do like we did, like might maybe. Hmm, let's see, maybe after the fourth. See,
When is the
maybe.
fourth? This week?
Yeah, this week. It's gonna be
Okay. Yeah.
Friday. Maybe
Yeah.
something
I'm
after
going
the
to
fourth.
that bodybuilding.
Yeah,
Go over there.
yeah. If
Don't
you
be
if you yeah, try to make it because you want to you here thing. Prejudges is the first show. Unless you can't make prejudges, try to make the finals.
well. I did the final, so I mean, I'm gonna try to get there before 5 o'clock. It opens. It starts at 5. So what I can do, because I don't know how even the transportation is going to be. Especially in July 4th, because sometimes
Yeah,
it's
you
yeah.
might
I
need to
wanted
leave really really early if you can.
Yeah, I wanted to do the July 3rd, but I work July 3rd, so I couldn't do that.
And I think
You know,
the fifth is I think it's not gonna
it's
have.
the